MuchMusic presents a look at the lifestyles of the young and very rich. Find out what it's like for Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, Ashton Kutcher, Beyoncé, Christina Aguilera, Pink, Paris and Nikki Hilton, LeBron James, Frankie Muniz, Mandy Moore, Hilary Duff, Bow Wow, Amanda Bynes, Kelly Osbourne, Avril Lavigne, Nelly, and more as they spend millions of dollars and make even more driving the best cars, buying gigantic homes, and wearing the most expensive clothes. Money is no object, and they get whatever they want. It's all coming up next on Much.
Hello, darlings. Can you imagine what your life would be like if you had millions of dollars in the bank? What if you're like Beyoncé, who's paid $25,000 for just a couple of minutes of her time? We'll tell you how she made that in a little while. Or what about Tobey Maguire? The guy at 25 years old signs a $17 million contract to star in Spider-Man 2. You think that's a lot of moolah? You have no idea. You haven't seen anything yet, folks. I'm Amanda Walsh, and you're about to get a glimpse of a world where money is no object at all. These young, famous celebrities, they get whatever they want, whenever they want, the best of the best, whether or not they're emotionally fulfilled. Well, that's another show. Let's get this party started with one lady who's a real fighter and another who's crazy in love.
It seems no one can hold her back these days. Christina Aguilera has proved she's here to stay. She's worth more than $32 million. She has sold more than 15 million albums worldwide, and her successful partnership with Justin on the Justified and Strip tour grossed a cool $9.9 million in its first month on the road. She's endorsed cosmetics. She's the face of Versace, and she literally filled Britney's shoes when she replaced Miss Spears, signing an international endorsement deal with Skechers worth millions to the dirty girl. Not only does Christina make millions, but she spends it too. She bought a house in Beverly Hills complete with a 30-seat movie theater, a gym, and a 50-foot cowhide wall, and a price tag of only $3 million. She also bought a brand new Pennsylvania home for her family. Enough about the homes. What about the bling? Her most unusual jewelry purchase to date must be the custom diamond-covered accessory that she wears in a piercing of her most private region. Ouch. She may have an extravagant life, but Christina doesn't take her fame and fortune for granted. She volunteers her time and money to her own organization, Do Something, and supports other charities like MissingKids.com, Defenders of Wildlife, Women for Women International, and the Foundation Fighting Blindness. Christina Aguilera is young and loaded. She is part of one of the best-selling female groups of all time, with well over 28 million records sold worldwide. She also went successfully solo with Dangerously in Love, which has sold over 2 million copies in the United States alone. But Beyoncé doesn't rely on the music to pay the bills. She is crazy in love with Pepsi in an endorsement deal worth $5 million.
I'm Foxy Cleopatra, and I'm a whole lot of woman.
She can also act. Her breakout performance in Goldmember helped earn the movie $250 million at the box office.
Sit down!
And the acting roles and paychecks keep pouring in. Her empire just keeps expanding. She's also launching a clothing line with her mother. When Beyoncé and her secret boyfriend Jay-Z wanted to get away, they did it aboard a private yacht on the French Riviera. What's the price for a yacht complete with 9 crew members to cater your every wish and need? It's $40,000 a day if you're Bonnie and Clyde. Beyoncé spends $1,500 a day to look her best. She hires personal trainer Mark Jenkins, an ex-military guy who supervises what she eats and when she works out. Beyoncé also likes to buy nice clothes. She once spent $3,000 on a jeweled Indian belt. $3,000 for a belt. Beyoncé is young and loaded.
So remember I said that Beyoncé was paid a reported $25,000 for a couple of minutes' work? Here's what went down. According to sources, she was paid to sit in the front row of a fashion show during New York Fashion Week, and she was paid $25,000 to do so, which isn't bad considering these shows are usually about 10 minutes long. Oh, it's hard to be Beyoncé. Yeah. Speaking of rough lives, guess what I get to do today? I get to go around going through the life of a young, famous person, riding around in a limo, checking out all stuff, and we'll be tabulating how much money I'm racking up as the day goes on. So first off, I'm in a limo with a driver. That's gonna run you about, depending on all the stuff, let's give it around $3,000 for, you got your full 24-hour service right there. Now, a lot of young celebs are opting away from the limos and going more towards SUVs or giant things that look like armored tanks. I don't know if it's like I'm young, I'm rich, and I also want to pollute. Britney Spears goes in for a different sort of protection. At home, she protects herself with 2 German Shepherds. Now, these aren't just any dogs. In fact, they're trained by the California Canine Academy for 3 years before they were even ever introduced to Britney Spears. They know 30 commands in 2 languages, so I guess they speak English and anyway, the dogs cost $30,000 each. Enough about protection. Let's check out the wheels. Here are some celebs and their cars.
Getting around town is a basic need for everyone, but for the young, rich, and famous, they're the ultimate status symbol. Why have just one when you can have a whole collection? Britney Spears owns a car for every year she's been legal to drive. The Spears collection includes a Cadillac Escalade, a Porsche 911, a $100,000 Jaguar, and a handful of Mercedes. When you're Britney Spears, cars also make great gifts. She bought her mother a $62,000 Lexus for Mother's Day and a Mercedes for Christmas. Mandy Moore bought a BMW X5 when she turned sweet 16. And Usher owns a $282,000 Lamborghini and a fleet of Porsches. When Beyoncé turned 21, her mom and dad marked the occasion by giving her a Bentley, the ultimate status symbol. A gift worth over $225,000. Justin Timberlake may own one of the finest collection of automobiles on the planet. His fleet includes 2 Cadillac Escalades, a BMW, an Audi TT, 2 Mercedes-Benz S600s at a price of $120,000 each, a Dodge Viper, a Porsche, and 5 motorcycles. All those cars, and JT has nowhere to put them. His $10 million home only has a garage for 3 vehicles.
Think JT's got a car obsession? Well, we're about to tell you about a young actor who makes Justin's car obsession look very, very small. But first, do you want to play a website game? Head on over to MuchMusic.com and check out our young and loaded game where you can guess all the prices, the insane prices that celebrities are paying for things.